Hello, my name is Nancy. The theorist I have selected is Mary Daly. What I would like for you to think about is, who is the most impactful woman in your life? Some examples of impactful women are Princess Diana, Lady Gaga, RBG, and Rosa Parks. And if you want to keep it close to home, it could be your mother, grandmother, aunt, or sister. As a female myself, the most important woman in my life is my mother. So what if the words of wisdom of the most important female in your life were dismissed in an important situation? Now I'm going to tell you why it is important to obtain a woman's point of view in rhetoric, as women live a different lifestyle due to society, and because of this, they have knowledge to offer. Mary Daly was born in an Irish Catholic family in Schenectady, New York in 1928, per LGBTQReligiousArchives.org. LGBTQReligiousArchives.org also tells us that Mary earned her bachelor's at College Network of St. Rose, her master's from Catholic University, and her doctorates in religion at St. Mary's College. She earned her PhD in philosophy and theology in Switzerland. Mary was not able to obtain her PhD in the States due to her sex. Miss Daly came out as a lesbian in the early 1970s. She joined Boston College, a Jesuit school, as an assistant professor in 1966 per New York Times. Mary Daly was an author and wrote several books, one named The Church and the Second Sex, which was released in 1968. Per LGBTQReligiousArchives.org, the book discussed how the Catholic Church systemically oppressed women for centuries. Due to this book, Boston College was going to fire Mary Daly, but due to students who were mostly men and community supporters, she was able to keep her job, per LA Times. In 1970, all undergraduate programs in Boston College became co-ed. The school was previously an all-male school, per bc.edu. In 1998, Mary rejected to accept a male student in her upper-level feminist ethics class. Mary Daly did not accept male students in her upper-level classes, but allowed them in her introductory courses and also offered one-on-one sessions. The student that was not allowed in her upper-level class threatened with a lawsuit. Mary Daly sued the Boston College due to a breach of contract and violation of tenure rights. Since, the school removed her courses from the college catalog in 1999. Boston College states Mary retired due to the lawsuit, but Mary states she was pushed into retirement. This is per LGBTQReligiousArchives.org. In 2001, the case was settled outside of court, and Mary never returned as a professor to Boston College. She continued writing books after she retired. Furthermore, throughout her career, Mary Daly spoke and wrote about the oppression that women faced and continue to face. Per LGBTQReligiousArchives.org, Mary Daly, who self-described herself as a radical lesbian feminist due to what she discussed and offered to rhetorical theory. Mary Daly did not believe a woman's voice was valued as much as a man's, as she discussed in her book, The Church and the Second Sex. Mary Daly discussed contemporary social issues and women's oppression. She provided us with input of the oppression women face in the Catholic Church and in society. A current example can be seen in the Me Too movement, where women are voicing and seeking justice due to them being taken advantage of sexually due to their sex. Emily Yo with Politico mentions in her article, why the Me Too movement should be ready for a backlash, that women encounter this behavior as students and at work, even though employee rights have been in effect for some time. Sadly, women still face harassment today. Additionally, Mary also said, quote, "I had explained that women's asking for equality in the church would be comparable to a black person demanding equality in the Ku Klux Klan," end quote. Sadly, we can see African Americans face oppression in society, prompting the Black Lives Matter movement protests that are occurring now. Protests are occurring due to African American individuals facing police brutality and excessive force. Jenna Wortham, with the New York Times, mentions in her article named "A Glorious Poetic Rage" that in Minnesota, black people are 4 times as likely to be killed by law enforcement as white people. African Americans have been seeking equal treatment for centuries. A takeaway from Mary Daly's work is bringing to light the oppression women face in society today, and not just in our country, but around the world. We get so caught up with living life and not questioning society, as women still get paid less than men. Sadly, a gap in pay can be seen when comparing the pay of a male and female United States professional soccer player. This is just one issue women face in America. In conclusion, even though Mary Daly provided us with her point of view, we can still see injustice today and among women and oppressed groups. Because she has provided us with these views, we can fight to create change. Sadly, Mary Daly passed at the age of 81 in 2010, per LA Times. But she voiced the unjust treatment women faced in the Catholic Church, prompting us to see how women are still living oppressed in society today, which allows us to open our eyes and fight for equality. Thank you.